Time now for the business news, and Stephen Carroll is with us in studio. Stephen, starting here in France, where there's a lot of job cuts really at the bank Société Générale.
That's right, 900 jobs are to go at France's third largest retail bank as it moves to close hundreds of branches here in France. This part of a restructuring plan at the lender that will see it focus more on digital banking. In all, 300 of Societe Generale's 2,000 branches will close by 2020. The plan will cost the lender €400 million in this quarter, with cost savings of over $1 billion targeted in the next 3 years. These job cuts come on top of an announcement of another 2,550 redundancies at the bank since the beginning of last year.
OK, so not a good day for shares in that bank, I would imagine.
Well, these sort of cost-cutting plans actually tend to be good news for investors because it means the bank is slimming down its cost base. So we did see Societe Generale shares open up at the start of trading, around 0.5% though, so no great reaction from investors either. Generally speaking, European markets starting the day in positive territory. In London, the oil company Royal Dutch Shell has seen its shares rise by almost 2% after it restored its dividend payments. Over in Asia, it was a more mixed picture on the share markets, a crackdown on shadow banking and rising bond yields having some effect on investing in China. The Shanghai Composite finishing the day up after trading down for most of the session. We're also keeping an eye today on the price of the digital currency Bitcoin. It's still close to record highs. According to the website CoinDesk, a Bitcoin is now worth over $9,800. That's risen by 850% since the start of this year.
Now, Stephen, in the UK, the Bank of England has said that lenders there can survive a disorderly Brexit.
Disorderly being the key word there. Stress tests from the Bank of England found that for the first time since 2014, no major lender needed to shore up its financial reserves. The examination showed the banks also had enough capital to continue lending through what's being called a disorderly Brexit, although the Bank of England is still worried about the risks that it poses to financial stability. It's ordered UK lenders to take an extra £6 billion in capital to guard against the risks beyond Brexit.
Meanwhile, across the United States, a court has charged 3 Chinese nationals over cyber attacks on 3 different companies.
That's right, the 3 who work at a Chinese cybersecurity firm have been charged with launching coordinated and unauthorised attacks on the companies Siemens, Moody's Analytics and the GPS firm Trimble. According to the indictment unsealed in a federal court in Pittsburgh, the attacks took place between 2011 and 2017 and were aimed at stealing business secrets. Arrest warrants have been issued for the 3 accused, who are owners and employees of a firm based in Guangzhou in southern China.
Now, it has been tested briefly in Finland, and now here in France, local politicians want to try out the idea of universal basic income.
The leaders of 8 administrative departments want to bring a version of a basic income provided by the state, regardless of whether you're working or not. The idea was a central campaign promise of the socialist candidate in this year's French presidential election. Now socialist politicians at a local level want to try it out. Ivana Skatala has more.
Unconditional payments from the state, according to people's basic needs. Basic income is a concept that a group of socialist politicians in 8 departments in France want to try out on a local level. The finer details are still to be worked out, but the idea is that it would replace various existing welfare payments, grouping them into one.
The idea of basic income is not just a solution for those in extreme poverty or those in unstable work. It's for others too, like people who are looking after a handicapped child or an elderly parent.
Many economists have argued that basic income could be a viable replacement for welfare payments. And former socialist presidential candidate Benoît Hamon has been a key advocate, with it featuring as one of his campaign promises.
There's huge changes happening in the work market because of the digital revolution we're undergoing. Sooner or later, we'll need a new foundation for social welfare.
But French people are divided on the initiative.
On ne peut pas donner une revenu pour tout le monde. Donc moi je suis chrétien et la parole de Dieu dit celui qui ne travaille pas ne mange pas.
Je pense que ça va être utile pour beaucoup de familles. Ça va aider beaucoup de gens qui sont dans la précarité, je crois.
The local politicians have 6 months to outline proposals for the welfare payment. The experiment in their departments could begin as early as March 2019.
Well, finally, for the business news, Samsung has announced details of a new model of smartphone battery.
Now, if this is mass-produced, the technology could make batteries last longer and charge more quickly. The new model uses a substance called graphene. Samsung Electronics says that its research arm has successfully created a version that would extend battery life by 45%. Samsung says the improved lithium-ion cell could be charged in as little as 12 minutes. The company has boosted its research into battery technology after the safety scandal with its Galaxy Note 7 model. But charging in 12 minutes is I
have to say, that is exactly what stands out to me. I think I would be tempted. I'm not really a phone gadget person, but that might just...
That could get you involved.
Definitely gets my attention. Stephen Carroll with the Business News. Thanks indeed for that.